everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to start off with regulation 23. From the last regulation we left off was regulation 18, 19, 20, 21 and 22. We'll be discussing regulation 23, and between that I have also uploaded second amendment for the regulation, LODR regulation. That is very much important. You can totally go ahead and visit the video. You need to go to the end of this video. There will be a link to it as in the suggestion, so you can check that out. With regards to the related party transaction that we're going to start off with today, and if you're watching the video for the first time, please do like, comment and definitely subscribe for the regular updates. Starting off, what we have here is just a second, and here we are. All right, so it is about related party transaction. Basic and simple, nothing much you need to brainstorm about. The first point says, now the listed entity shall formulate policy on materiality of related party transaction and on dealing with related party transaction. Okay, then prior approval of audit committee is required, to which audit committee can provide omnibus approval. Okay, so audit committee can provide omnibus approval, basically approval to a certain extent, right? Then the transaction will require prior approval of shareholders, in which you can write prior approval of shareholders through resolution, in which a related party shall not vote or participate whether or not listed entity is related to the particular transaction or not. Okay, so the next is name it as 2, 3, 4. Now we are going to talk about the exceptions. So exception for 2, 3 and 4, where all when the related party transaction is between two government companies or between holding company and wholly owned subsidiary of the holding company whose accounts are consolidated with holding company and approved by shareholders in general meeting by resolution. Okay, by resolution for approval, right? To next, what we have is for the purpose of this regulation 23. Now for the purpose of this regulation, any party falling under definition of related party shall not vote to approve the related party transaction, irrespective related to transaction or not. Alright, now the last and the final point of the regulation 23, so that is the listed entity. So I'll just form a diagrammatic way within 30 days. Within 30 days from publication of consolidated financial statements, right, and standalone statement is called publication of standalone or an consolidated financial statement for हाफ ईयर. ठीक है, जिस दिन ये पब्लिकेशन हुआ वहाँ से 30 दिन के अंदर अंदर विद इन 30 days what you need to do is disclose related party transaction, okay, on a consolidated basis in the format specified by accounting standards for the annual result to stock exchange and publish on the website. राइट सो जहाँ से इस कंपनी ने अपने स्टैंड अलोन कंसोलिडेटेड फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट हाफ ईयरली के लिए सबमिशन दिए पब्लिश करे the very next moment what they need to do is within a period of 30 days they need to give a disclosure on related party transaction on consolidated basis in the manner specified by the accounting standard to for the annual result to stock exchange and shall be published on the website of the company. Now to this was your regulation 23. Something I want to know if you prefer me to write notes on the screen while I'm teaching you, or you just want me to prepare the notes, put it on the screen, and just get through the explanation. If you want that, we can totally do it on the basis of suggestion and recommendation. I'll see to the best of my judgment that what we can do around it. Soon we were going to start with GST and financial management on the channel as in the series. So I have started to upload my videos quite frequently. So please stay tuned and see you in the next video. And do join our Telegram channel. We'll make the most of it with all of you for the regular updates. Thank you. Have a good day and stay safe.